Good morning. It's hard to believe that today is July 1st. Because so much has occurred since the middle of March, I'd like to use this time today to remind everyone of the current state of city operations and to provide additional updates on other city initiatives. Before I begin, however, I want to take a moment to reiterate my statement from earlier this week regarding the recent vandalism in the city. Over the last several days, property within the city has been defaced, ruined, and used as a tool to feed the racial inequities in our community and our nation. The efforts of these vandals may be the action of a few, but it represents the need for deeper and collective work here in Frederick. I ask you to join me in standing up against racial injustice and denouncing these actions. Thank you again to our Public Works team who worked to clean up the vandalism on city property this weekend in Baker Park. The Frederick Police Department is investigating all recent vandalism incidents. Now, talking about COVID-19 and its continued impact on city operations, it is apparent throughout the nation that if we open too quickly and without measures to keep us safe, our numbers will rise. I do not think Maryland and Frederick are immune to this potential spike. For that reason, the city will keep some measures in place as an organization and employer to continue to protect our employees and community members. As of today, this is the current status of city operations. Public access to city facilities remains restricted and by appointment only. Residents should contact the appropriate city staff member to arrange appointments. Please note that reduced staffing levels of some offices will likely occur, and the majority of the workforce who can work from home has been encouraged to continue to do so. Public meetings continue to occur in a virtual format. At this time, we are developing a plan for when we can return to some semblance of in-person meetings, but we will not rush into that plan until it is safe for our commissioners, our presenters, and our attendees. As a reminder, public comment is accepted at all public meetings. More information is available at cityoffrederickmd.gov/public meetings. Due dates for city bills, permits, licensures, and citations are extended to 30 days after the city's state of emergency ends. And at this time, the state of emergency is still in effect in the city of Frederick. Trash pickup, yard waste, commercial recycling are operating on their normal schedules. Bulk trash pickup will restart soon. Requests can be submitted beginning July 10th, with appointments beginning around July 20th. The Frederick Community Action Agency continues to respond to our community's needs. The Health Center is offering in-person and telehealth appointments. The Soup Kitchen, Food Bank, and Food Drops continue to operate to serve the food needs in collaboration with other community agencies. We continue to remain active in conversation with fellow human service providers to ensure all populations are cared for during this public health crisis and reopening phases. Our parking department has returned to work as traffic in the downtown area has been steadily increasing. After 2 weeks of courtesy tickets, normal daytime meter enforcement will begin today. Curbside pickup zones will continue throughout the downtown area and do not require meter payment. These zones offer free 10-minute parking for those picking up from local restaurants and businesses. If you need slightly more time, parking garages continue to offer 30 minutes of free parking for pickup at this time. To support the residents, businesses, and visitors in accessing parking in our downtown area, all other parking restrictions have remained in effect throughout the city's pandemic response and are being enforced. We appreciate everyone's cooperation and flexibility as we reopen and support our business community. In parks and recreation, our staff has been working hard and intentionally to bring back services when it is safe to do so. All park playgrounds, basketball courts, tennis courts, inline rinks, and skate parks and pavilions are open, with the ask that users practice physical distancing, practice proper hand hygiene, and avoid large gatherings. All park pavilion permits, permitted use of city fields, and permitted use of tennis courts resume today. Return to play usage plans and a revised reservation process have been implemented. All other park facility permits remain suspended until further notice. This includes amenities within Baker Park and Carroll Creek Linear Park. Return to play usage plans and a revised reservation process are being planned and will be announced as conditions warrant. The Tally Fitness Center has reopened with safety precautions and a reservation system in place for members only. Operational adjustments for pools, traditional programming, and race walk parade permits are expected to change throughout July, pending our community's health metrics. If at any time you have questions regarding our operations and services, please visit cityoffrederickmd.gov/COVID-19 or call 301-600-1380. I would also like to take a moment today to thank the community for their participation and engagement last Wednesday when the acting chief of police joined the mayor and board of aldermen's workshop for a discussion on the Frederick Police Department's use of force policies and general orders. From the conversation, we know that as a community, we have areas in need of further exploration, and we are working to bring that information to you. It is clear that our community wants oversight and input, and I am committed to ensuring efforts in both of these areas are brought forward. We committed to conveying data in real time to the greatest extent possible for calls for service, arrests, use of force, and more. We are committed to exploring how citizen review and involvement needs to look to support transparency and trust. We are committed to providing more simple and clear information regarding the FPD's funding allocations and how that supports efforts throughout the city. And we are committed to ensuring our implicit bias and other trainings can evaluate participation and monitor forward progress. Acting Chief Grossman will return to the Mayor and Board of Aldermen workshop in early August with updates on the department's efforts to become an even better department. Yet we know the issues of systemic racism are not merely housed in one department or agency in a community. It is led by a society that has been structured in a way to hold back parts of our community. As a city, we are discussing the upstream work that must happen and welcome input on the efforts and actions you believe are necessary. These steps and actions will take the work of all of us. Lastly, with July 4th upon us, festivities will look different this year. While I know we all look forward to a time when we can come together for staple events in our community, I'd like to make one final ask, that we continue to prioritize the life, health, and safety of ourselves and our neighbors. Please practice physical distancing, wear your face coverings, and stay home if you do not feel well or have underlying health conditions. Get tested next week if you are around large groups of people this weekend. Testing is free and available throughout the city and the county. And please remember that the ideals of our country and Independence Day are based on the idea of all in our community being free. This weekend, I know I will reflect on that and the work we have to do to ensure this is true for everyone. Stay safe and be well, Frederick. Thank you.